As I was trying to move this, I accidentally touched the button to turn it off. So I was saying that I may want to add this structure here. I may want to add. This is the structure. This is the structure. No, now that I'm looking at this is not an epistemological structure. So I'm not going to try to integrate this with the other two. At the end, this is actually this, which I'm going to save to the end. But I'm not going to try to integrate that structure into the epistemological structure number one, epistemological structure number two, the pragmatic narrative. I'm not going to try to integrate those, but I think maybe before I begin to do this video in earnest, I have to try to integrate the pragmatic narrative with the epistemological structure. I'll see. But anyways, whatever it is, okay, whatever I do here with that, I'm going to come out of this section with a analytical tool. I'm going to take that analytical tool back to back to the two questions. I'm going to take that analytical tool back to the two questions. Actually, by then I may already be finished with the first question. I may already be finished critiquing the current social systems, and from that critique beginning to develop criteria for the real global community. So I pose the two questions. At one point I answer this one by doing the critiques. Then maybe I go over, develop the epistemological structure. I'm just going to call it the epistemological structure of the ruling paradigms of historical epochs. I'm just going to call it the epistemological structure. Bringing the epistemological structure back. Actually, I think the third structure that I was thinking of was not the structure of activities and goals and whatever it is that I'm doing now. The third structure was an analytical approach to the parameters of the decision-making process. Parameters of decision-making. This I think is not necessarily, well, maybe it is. Is this the same thing? Is the structure of a ruling paradigm the same thing as the structure of a decision-making context? I don't know, but I don't have to work that out now. So whatever it is, okay, whatever it is, I'm going to bring an epistemological tool back. Okay, so I am. I've asked the two questions. I've done the critique of existing social institutions, social systems that demonstrates their fatal flaws, and allows me to say, if this isn't working, this is what's needed. So I'm beginning to develop, allows me to begin to develop the paradigms of what would work, and then when I ask the question, what are the criteria for the let me just call it the real global community. What are the criteria for the real global community? Then I bring in that the epistemological tool and what? I guess my last video I began to say was like apply epistemological structure, talk about the valid source of knowledge, the overriding collective concern, interpretive communities. I'll talk about can I develop as I work through the pre-modern, the postmodern, and the modern, the pre-modern, the modern, and the postmodern, as I go through those in order to develop the epistemological structure, in order to develop the idea of the paradigm, in order to develop the epistemological structure of the paradigm, as I do that, can this be blank categories, or will I already have had to say that the source of valid knowledge, in the postmodern era is the interpretive community? Will I already have had to say that? If so, if I've already had to say it, then when I come here and apply the tool to this question, I can just reiterate it. Okay, so I pose my questions, I do my critique, I get the epistemological tool, I bring it over, I continue to develop parameters of the real global society. I use the epistemological tool to develop that more fully. That will give me the elements. That will give me the elements of the real global community, and then I can just present the real global community, and then say, what can you do now? Okay, that's so I pose questions, I develop the tool. With the tool, I answer the questions, I end up with the real global community. That's the bare bones outline of this thing. So now, let me go through a little bit more slowly and try to number these sections. And maybe what I'm doing here actually is moving away from the idea that as I do a section, that this will naturally lead to a segue that will point me someplace else. Okay, maybe what I'm doing right now is to try to get away from that dynamic and saying this is the structure I want for this video, and this is the ideas in the order of the presentation that I want for this video, and I will have to create, I have to write appropriate segues. I'll have to write the segues that will take me through, let's say, the outline that I want to go through. And if, in the process of working on a segment, it seems to be pointing powerfully it seems to be segueing naturally and powerfully to another part of the video, another section. If it's doing that, I guess I have the choice of either modifying the overall outline or ignoring ignoring the section's strong desire to lead someplace other than what's in the outline.